run on Sunday the 8th. A special welcome to Christelle De Rizio, VP, Customer Operations and Administration, Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, Michael Kane, our analyst, SVREL, and also Mr. Nigel Hines, Operations Stewards, JRC, and of course, Christina White, the draw officer from SVL. She, of course, will be assisted by Coyote Fuller. It's now time to go over for an operational update. Christelle De Rizio will let you have it.
Thank you. Good afternoon and a warm Caymanas welcome to the post-position draw for the 51st running of the Jamaica 1000 and 2000 Guineas. Let me specially acknowledge Mr. Brian Rickman, OD, Mr. Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, JRC Operations Steward, Nigel Hines, SVREL Analyst, Michael Kane, Draw Operator, Christina White, Coyote Fuller, SVREL Technician, specially invited guest, or online audience, members of the media. Thank you all for joining us. It's finally here. The highly anticipated Jamaica 1000 and 2000 Guineas mark the commencement of the 2025 Triple Crown Series, as they are the first classic pair of races in the Triple Crown Series. These Grade 1 events, Jamaica 1000 Guineas for fillies and the Jamaica 2000 Guineas for colts and geldings, command a purse of $3.75 million each. In 2022, we commenced the dedication of the Guineas weekend to the celebration of industry stalwart Mr. Howard Hamilton, CD. This year will be no different. Mr. Hamilton has dedicated over 60 years of service to the horse racing industry and has been involved in every aspect of the sport. He is a former champion owner and noted breeder, part of Ham Stables. He served as the chairman of the previous promoting company CTL on 2 separate occasions, as a racing columnist for the Jamaica Gleaner, as president of the Owners Association, and now sits as the current head of the Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association of Jamaica. He is also a published author. Join us this weekend as we celebrate this industry stalwart. In addition to the 1000 and 2000 Guineas and the distinctly Irish trophy, 4 exciting trophy races have been added to the weekend lineup in honor of Mr. Hamilton. On Saturday, June 7th, we have the Marlene My Love Trophy. And on Sunday, June 8th, we have the Howard Hamilton Cup, the Musical Maestro Trophy, the Moselle Trophy. Now, before we delve deeper into the Guineas weekend, congratulations are in order for our recent trophy winners and their connections. Congratulations to Legacy Isle, winner of the Harlequin on May 31st. Jockey was Radish Roman, owner Rohan Crichton, Daniel Walters, and Dennis Smith. Trainer Rohan Crichton. Well done to you all. Our punters are not to be left out of the winning. The Caymanas Park Millionaire train is still going strong. On May 23rd, 2 Twilight Six winners won $6.4 million with a wager of $9,000 and $45,360. Caymanas Park has made 36 millionaires since January 2025. You could be next. To our discerning players, you have more winning opportunities coming your way. Mark your calendars for the following upcoming minimum guaranteed payout increases and mandatory payouts. On June 7th, Reggae 6 increases to $4 million. June 8th, Play Spot. June 15th, Strike 4 mandatory payout. And June 29th, Reggae 6 mandatory payout. This year, Caymanas Park celebrates its 65th anniversary, and in a major step, aimed at elevating the product. After decades of relying on hand timing for our races, we're very excited to introduce our latest innovation this Saturday during the 1000 Guineas. Over to you, Brian.
Thank you, Christelle. It's now time to go over to Denzel Miller, as he will have the race details. First of all, for the Jamaica 1000 Guineas.
Thank you very much, Brian, and a warm good afternoon to everyone. The Triple Crown, very important, and for racing fans and horsemen to witness or participate in the Triple Crown races anywhere in the world is one of the most exciting and memorable experiences one could ever imagine. Our Triple Crown in Jamaica was adopted from England when Jamaica was a colony. Numerous English thoroughbred owners invested in shipping their bloodstock to be bred and raised right here in St. Elizabeth on a farm by the name of Pepper Estates. Some progenies were exported to England, while some remained in Jamaica to compete. In Jamaica, the series in its current form is confined to native bred 3-year-olds and consists of 4 races. The first 2 races include the Jamaica 1000 Guineas for fillies, the Jamaica 2000 Guineas for colts and geldings, both over 8 furlongs or a mile. The second leg, the Jamaica St. Leger, over a mile and a quarter or 10 furlongs. And the final and most coveted jewel, the Jamaica Derby, over 12 furlongs. Our Derby was first won back in 1921, and it only had 4 participants competing over 10 furlongs. Buck Dancer was the winner for owners Keeling and trainer Ramsing. Slander won the Jamaica Guineas over 8.5 furlongs, beating 9 rivals in the same year for owner Macmillan and trainer Jackson. The Triple Crown series commenced in 1924 with the introduction of the Jamaica St. Leger, and immediately Jamaicans celebrated the first Triple Crown winner in a horse by the name of Montclair. He was owned by Dolphy and trained by Mouchette. The series was contested at Knutsford Park in Kingston from its inception in 1924 to 1958, and at Caymanas Park in St. Catherine from 1959 to present. The races have gone through numerous changes in distances. However, the weight allotment has remained unchanged, with colts and geldings allotted 126 pounds and fillies 121 pounds in the Derby and the St. Leger, while fillies will carry 126 pounds in the 1000 Guineas. No apprentice claims are permitted. There have been 2 dead heats in the Derby, Cloyster and Ferrula 1934, Pinocchio and Fastnet in 1944. Numerous close finishes have thrilled our fans here at Caymanas Park and of course Knutsford Park. 18 thoroughbreds were able to overcome the rigors of the campaign and become winners of the coveted Triple Crown. 5 colts and 1 filly at Knutsford Park, 9 colts and 3 fillies at Caymanas Park. The heroes of the Triple Crown are 1981 Royal Dad, 87 Monday Morning, 88 Lucci Poo, 1989 The Viceroy, 1992 Milligram, 1996 Warzone, 2000 I'm Satisfied. In 2002 we had the first filly to win the Triple Crown, Simply Magic, followed up in 2008 with Al Safra, another filly, Mark My Word in 2010, while the hometown girl, She's a Manita, did it in 2017, and the last Triple Crown winner we've had so far in 2019 is Supreme Soul. We'll now ask Mike to introduce the field of this year's, the 51st running of the Jamaica 1000 Guineas over a mile. Mike?
Thank you very much, Denzel. All protocols observed. Let's get right to it. The first entry for the 1000 Guineas, Burning Hedge, owned trained by Carl Addison, Radish Roman. The Sneaky Fox will be aboard. And thus far, Burning Hedge has 2 career wins, earnings of over 4.38 million. Was second in the recent Portmore, just beaten by Social Aviator over 7.5 furlongs. Fourth in the Thornbird Stakes, over 7 furlongs, and won the Jamaica 2-year Stakes, an easy victory. A grade 1 event over a mile in 141 and 2/5 of a second, Boxing Day 2024. Next entry is Hansa, owned by Naya, trained Richard Azan. Dane Dawkins will be aboard. Hansa thus far has 2 career wins, earnings of 1.9 million plus. Was first in the Thornbird Stakes over 7 furlongs in 128.3. Skipped the Portmore and come straight into the 1000 Guineas. She won her maiden race over 5.5 furlongs in 108 and a fifth. Next entry is Linguist, owned Nunes, Narayan Singh and Punai. Trained Anthony Baba Nunes. Dick Cardenas will be aboard. And Linguist has 2 career wins, earnings of 1.697 million. And was first in a restricted allowance 2 over 6.5 furlongs in 121.2 and released the maiden tag over 1,000 meters straight in 101 and 4/5 of a second. Next entry is Danka Onaya, trained Hall of Fame trainer Richard Azam, and Wesley Cullinan Henry will be aboard. Danka has 1.495 million in purse earnings thus far, 1 career win, was third in the Thornbird, a Grade 2 event over 7 furlongs, second in the Hotline Stakes over 6 furlongs, and third in the Mr. Sensational over 7 furlongs. Cost of Living is next, owned Culture Limited, trained by Greg Fennell. You see Greg Fennell in the audience. Philip Parchment will be aboard, and Cost of Living has 1 career win, which came at a mile. Very important to note, she won over a mile when releasing the maiden certificate, and not many of the other fillies can say that they have won at a mile, so she's going to have a good look in here. Next entry is Queen Latifah, owned by Lorenzo Robinson, trained Greg Fennell, champion apprentice Shane Richardson will be aboard. Queen Latifah has 1 career win, which came over 6 furlongs in 116 flat. Wayne Serlings is next, recent winner owned Ian Lodge and Wayne Henry. We see Wayne Henry in the audience. Welcome, Wayne Henry. Trained Barrington Bernard, Ray and Luce will be aboard. And this Wayne Serlings has 2 career wins, recently won over 5.5 furlongs in 109 and 1/5 of a second, released the maiden tag over 6 furlongs in 115.2. No Apologies next, owned Richard Singh, trained Joseph Thomas, 2-time champion apprentice O'Shea Nugent will be aboard. Recently had an upset win, going 7.5 furlongs, making all the running in 137 and 1/5 of a second. Enthusiasm is next, owned Mycross, trained Anthony Nunes. Clive Lynch will be aboard. We welcome back Clive Lynch to the classic scene. 1 career win for Enthusiasm thus far, which came at 4 furlongs straight in 47.2. Third in a recent restricted allowance over 6.5 furlongs. Third in a Monday morning, running against Colts and Geldings over 7 furlongs. Khaleesi is next, owned and trained Carlton Cunningham. Paul Francis will be aboard. 1 career win thus far, which came at 7 furlongs in 129 flat. Perfect Affairs next, owned by Mycross, trained Anthony Nunes. 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker will be aboard. And Perfect Affair has 1 career win, which was a maiden event, of course, over 6 furlongs in 115.3. She's bred in purple out of the classic winning dam, and that's Nuclear Affair. Next entry, Pretty Perfect, owned Chevron Maharaj, trained Gary Sobrati. Shane Ellis will be aboard. 1 career win thus far. That came on debut over 5 rounds in 103.4, and notably was able to finish third in the Portmore when stepping up in class to the best fillies in the land, third on her second appearance. Next entry, Social Aviator, owned Test Pilots, trained Jason Acosta. Robert Hallin will be aboard. Has 3 career wins to date, and this makes her the winningest filly in the 1,000 guineas this season. Won the Portmore over 7.5 furlongs in 135.1, getting the better of Bird in Head. Second in the Thornbird Stakes over 7 furlongs, won the Hotline Stakes, and was a winner on debut, 5 round in 101 and 1/5. Mighty Gully is next, owned by Ford and Messam, trained Robert Pearson. Odin Mullins will be aboard. This Mighty Gully has 2 career wins, 4th in the Portmore over 7.5 furlongs, and 1 at 5.5 furlongs, as well as 4.5 furlongs straight. And the final entry, running off the field of 15 for the 51st running of the 1,000 guineas, is Simply Enchanting, owned and trained Oral Hayden. Yuval Pinnock will be aboard. Simply Enchanting has 1 career win, which came at a mile in 146 and 1/5 of a second. So 2 of these fillies have won at a mile already, Simply Enchanting and Cost of Living. That's your field of 15 for an interesting looking Jamaica 1,000 guineas.
And of course, it's now time for the post position draw. Denzel Miller, Nigel Hines, Christina White, assisted by Coyote Fuller, will get that done.
Thank you very much, Brian. The Jamaica 1,000 guineas, 8 furlongs, a 1-turn mile, purse $4 million. This time we'll invite trainers Long and Prince to help us select the fillies from the jar so we can assign the post position to each of the participants. Adrian Lincoln, can you come forward, please? So Adrian will select the first 7 or 8 entrants from the jar. You may put the balls into the machine. And Adrian's first selection is Hansa. Hansa will break from gate number 13. Next selection by Adrian. Danka. Gate number 15. Hansa, of course, is ridden by Dawkins. Danka, ridden by Wesley Henry. Next selection. Simply Enchanting will now break from gate number 10. Yeovil Pinnock for Oral Hayden. Next selection. Mighty Gully. Gate number 4, O'Neill Mullings. Social Aviator, Robert Halladine. Gate number 11. Enthusiasm, Clive Lynch. Gate number 8. Khaleesi. Gate number 7. Paul Francis. Cosalivin. Number 14, Cosalivin. Philip Parchment. Linguist. Gate number 2. Pretty Perfect. Gate number 5, Pretty Perfect, Shane Ellis. No Apology. Gate number 12. Burning Hedge, Radish Roman. Gate number 3. Queen Latifah. Gate number 1, Shane Richardson. Perfect Affair, Omar Walker. Gate number 6. Wayne's Cherry Links.
Thank you. Yeah.
Still have one ball in the machine.
Okay.
With one more ball in the machine. Gate number 9 goes to Wayne's Cherry Links.
So just repeating for you, the post position draw for the 1,000 guineas. Queen Latifah will come from gate 1. Linguist 2. A Burning Hedge 3. Mighty Gully 4. Pretty Perfect 5. Perfect Affair 6. Khaleesi 7. Enthusiasm 8. Wayne's Cherry Links 9. Simply Enchanting 10. Social Aviator 11. No Apology 12. Hansa 13. Cosalivin 14. And finally Danka will break from 15. So
Nice.
that's it for the 1,000 guineas. And of course we'll hear Michael Caine once again. And possibly Denzel Miller as they give the details of the 2,000 guineas for the Colts and Geldings. Over to Denzel.
Thank you, Brian. Some more Triple Crown facts. No owner has ever been able to win the Triple Crown more than once, either at Caymanas Park or Nutsat Park. Dual Hall of Fame inductee Kenny Mattis, OD, trained and tightened the girth on Royal Dad in 1981. That's the first Triple Crown winner at Caymanas Park for owners Ho and Swaby. Hall of Fame trainer Philip Fiani has conditioned 5 Triple Crown winners: Lucci Poo, The Viceroy, Milligram, I'm Satisfied, and Simply Magic. Hall of Fame trainer Wayne DaCosta OD has conditioned Warzone and She's a Manita to Triple Crown glory. Milton McDonald, the groom, is the only groom to look after 2 Triple Crown winners, and that's the Viceroy and I'm Satisfied, while Tyrone Winter was a gentleman who groomed Royal Dad. Hall of Famer Winston Griffiths rode 5 Triple Crown winners to victory in all events: Royal Dad, Lucci Poo, Milligram, I'm Satisfied, and Simply Magic, while 2 non-Jamaican jockeys have ridden Triple Crown winners at Caymanas Park. They are the Trinidadian Brian Harding with Al Safra and Panamanian Dick Cardenas with Mark My Word. Mike will introduce the runners of this year's 2000 Guineas.
Thank you, Denzel. First entry is Sensational Soul, owned Cheval Maharaj, trained Gary Sarati, and the Canterbury Chainers will be aboard. And this one has 2 career wins, earnings of over 2.9 million. Recently won the Kingston over 7.5 furlong grade 2 event, and was a winner over 6.5 furlong, releasing the maiden target 122 and 4/5 of a second. Next entry, another one owned by Webby Punai and Hers, trade Anthony Baba Nunes and Wesley Kalulu Henry will be aboard. Another one has 2 career wins with earnings of 1.483 million. Won the Mother's Day Special over 1,000 meters straight in 102 flat, and was third in the Sir Howard Stakes over 6 furlongs in 114.2, and won the Mercury Sprint over 1,000 meters straight in 59 flat on debut. Next entry, Mark My Identity, old Mark Crossburn, trained Enos Brown. Dave Dawkins will be riding, and this Mark My Identity has 1 career win, which came over 7 furlongs in 129 flat. That was the Isle of February. Third in the Prince Consort over 7 furlongs, and was 4th in the Sir Howard Stakes over 6 furlongs. Next entry, My Eclipse, owned by Robert Williams, trained Philip Lee, 2-time champion apprentice O'Shea Nugent will be aboard. He's more popularly known as Johnny. And this My Eclipse was third in the Mother's Day Special over 1,000 meters straight, and won, releasing the maiden tag over 7 furlongs in 129.1. Bob the Builder's next own Cultural Limited, trained Greg Fennell, champion jockey Ryder Showman will be aboard, and was a comfortable winner, going a mile in 141.3. And that's, of course, the distance of the 2,000 Guineas. So he has the distinction of winning at a mile. Was second in the Harry Jagai over 6.5 furlongs. Next entry, Mr. Lee, owned and trained Lee Clark OD. 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker will be aboard. 4th in the Monday morning over 7 furlongs recently, and was first in the Abu Ghraib Memorial over 7 furlongs in 1 minute 30 seconds flat. Lockdown is next, owned by Bombay Stud Farm, trained by Howard Jagai. Paul Francis will be aboard. This one was second in the Mother's Day Special over 1,000 meters straight, and won over 1,000 meters, make that over 800 meters straight, releasing the maiden tag. Brompton Boys next own Nadon, trained Anthony Nunes. Ian Dollar Baby Spence will be aboard. Was first in the maiden event over 6 furlongs in 115.2. Bossman is next, owned by Paul Lumsden, trained Peter Don Passard. The Cardenas will be aboard, has 1 win, which came at 6 furlongs in 116 flat. Bangarang is next, owned by Dr. P.A. Henry Bloodstock, trained Lincoln Lungs. We see Lincoln Lungs in the audience. And Richie Shakes, the informal apprentice, will be aboard. Bangarang won on debut over 800 meters straight in 48.2. Next entry, Prince Roy, owned Carlton Watson, trained Jason Acosta. Ray Lewis will be aboard. Second in the Sir Howard over 6 furlongs, was a winner over 6.5 furlongs, released the maiden tag at 122 flat, and was second over 6.5 furlongs earlier, and third in a mid special weight over 7 furlongs. Next entry, Prince Kazir, owned Fisher's Place, trained by Adrian Prince, also known as Dan Dan. We just saw him pick all the fillies out of the bowl there. And this Prince Kazir was a winner over 1,000 meters straight in 103 flat, and a runner-up recently behind stablemate Prolific Prince in a 7 furlong contest. The next entry, I Dream Again, owned by Derek Smith Jr., trained Jason Acosta. Robert Haldane will be aboard. 1 win for I Dream Again so far, has shown good pace. 1 over 5.5 furlongs in 108 flat, 4th in the Prince Consort, and was 4th in the Kingston. Big Buzz is next, owned Fisher's Place, trained Adrian Prince. O'Neill Mullins will be aboard. This Big Buzz has 1 career win, which came on debut over 800 meters straight in 48.3, and was second in the rather big race in the Monday morning trophy. Next entry, to close out the field, Strong Mind, trained by Patrick Lynch, also known as Professor Owen Joyce Racing. Philip Partridge will be aboard, and this Strong Mind was third in the Kingston, coming from off the pace, his first sign of running on. So he's on the improve, third in the Jamaica 2 Stakes last season, over 8 furlongs and won a maiden event over 6.5 furlongs in 122 flat. A field of 15 for wide open looking. Jamaica 2,000 guineas.
Thank you very much, Mike. It's now time to do the draw for the 51st running of the Jamaica 2,000 Guineas. Purse $4 million, 15 participants, the distance 1 mile. Mr. Fennell and Mr. Henry, can you please come forward to assist us in the draw for the post position for this very important event? We'll have Mr. Henry select the first 8. All right, so the first selection by Wayne is My Eclipse. Gate 15 goes to My Eclipse. Nugent in the saddle. Next selection, Bossman. Gate number 7, Dick Cardenas. Bangarang. Gate number 11, Richie Shakes. Another one. Gate number 8, Prince Kazir. Oops. Gate number 3 goes to Prince Kazir. Strong Mind. Gate number 2. Mr. Lee. Omar Walker. Gate number 4. Bob the Builder. Gate number 1. Radish Roman. Greg will now do the honors for the final furlong. Mark My Identity. Gate number 10. Prince Roy. Gate number 13. Big Buzz. Oops. Gate number 9 goes to Big Buzz. I Dream Again. I Dream Again, awaiting the machine. Gate number 14. And then Brompton Boy. Gate number 12. Sensational Soul. Hold on. Sensational Soul. Hold on, Greg. Still awaiting the machine to make a selection on Sensational Soul. So it's 15 colts and geldings, distance a mile, purse $4 million. The 51st running of the Jamaica 2,000 Guineas. Scheduled for this Sunday, the 1,000 Guineas scheduled for this Saturday. A super weekend awaits us all. Six goes to Sensational Soul, and with one more ball, Lockdown. awaiting the selection by the machine. Gate number 5 goes to lockdown. Over to you, Brian.
So once again, just repeating the post position draw for the 2,000 guineas. Bob the Builder 1, Strong Mind 2, Prince Kazir 3, Mr. Lee 4, Lockdown 5, Sensational Soul 6, Bossman 7, Another One 8, A Big Buzz 9, Mark My Identity 10, Bangarang 11, Brompton Boy 12, Prince Roy 13, I Dream Again 14, and finally My Eclipse drawn at 15. So that's it for the post position draw for the 1,000 and 2,000 guineas. The 1,000 guineas for the fillies, of course, Saturday the 7th, and for the colts, Sunday the 8th. So that once again brings us to an end of the post position draw. Thank you all for coming, taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. And also thanks to those watching on the stream. For those of us here, please go home safely. For those of you at home, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.